Good afternoon. In this video, I'm going to go over this week's options watch list. Before I get into the watch list, if you're not in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, looking at the put to call ratio for the week, it's low, but not extremely low. It's at 0.46, so I mean, really low would be under 0.45, so it's definitely low. So definitely keep an eye on that. Now, as far as the economic calendar for the week, Monday the market is closed because it's President's Day. Tuesday we have nothing really going on. We get Trump speaking at some time during the day. It doesn't give the time. It just says President Trump speaks, a tentative. So that could be any time. So I'll have to keep an eye on for that. Wednesday, we have FOMC, which is no Powell. So we might get a good move out of that. So I definitely like the FOMC days with no Powell. SPX is really cheap. You can get it at the money. And they go 100% on the smallest moves. So definitely going to be hopefully a good day on that one. Thursday, don't see unemployment claims at 8:30. That's all I see. Some Fed speakers throughout the day. Friday, flash manufacturing and services PMI, and that's about it. Not really too much going on except for FOMC on Wednesday. So yeah, not really much going on. Now you get SPY up. SPY is this triple top right here. 1, 2, 3. You can see it on the daily right here. 1, 2, 3. And you know, anytime you think SPY is just about running out of gas, it keeps going. But you get a cup and a handle right here. You get the cup and the handle, and it gets over 611. We're probably going to shoot to 615, 620 on SPY, because whenever you think SPY is out of gas, it's not. So watch it. We're watching it over 611 to make a new all-time high to 615, 620. But for some unknown reason, it gets under 609. We're going to watch for it under 609 to watch it dump to 605, 600 gets under 600, 595, 590 is going to be a pretty big area. But the thing I want to point out is VIX. VIX is getting very low, and it's getting at a critical area on the daily. It doesn't like to get underneath 1450. It likes to bounce, so we'll have to see if it actually breaks 1450 and gets down to 14. Now, I've been saying for weeks that I think the floor on VIX is going to be 12 to 11 because the market's just going to slow grind up. Maybe not tomorrow, this week, but it's going to just be those gap and grinds, and that's what VIX hates, the gap and grinds, where it gaps up a couple dollars and just goes sideways during the day, and then gaps up. VIX just melts when on those gap and grind kind of days. So we get a couple of those Tuesday and Wednesday before FOMC. We could be under 14, even 13 by that time. So, but 1450 is a pretty big area, the 14 and 1350. But like I said, I think 12 is going to be the floor on VIX. So anything underneath 12 is going to be worth picking up VIX calls down the road. So Tesla, looking at Tesla's just been dropping the last couple weeks. So I'll be watching it over 360. If it gets over 360, it's probably going to pop to 370, 380. 390, even 400. It's going to gap that fill right up here, right in the 400 area. So definitely keep an eye on that. BA. Now BA, one of the things I'm looking at is it's just banging its head right at the 188 area. So a couple things I'm looking at. One, you get an inverted head and shoulders. You get the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. I mean, it gets over 190 or 189. Maybe it shoots to 200, but BA hasn't really gone anywhere. This is probably the strongest move we've seen out of BA in a long time. So if it does manage to get under 183 or even 182, watch it to go 180, 175 or 170. I'm kind of more watching it on the drop than I am the pop. So definitely keep an eye on that. BABA is another one I don't really talk about that much, but this move is absolutely nuts. RSI on the daily is 83. Couple things I want to point out. Anytime BABA has these monster candles like this on the weekly, it's short-lived because it pops up, gets dumped, pops up, gets dumped. I'm thinking the same thing's going to happen, so I would watch it underneath 122 for a drop down to 120, 115, 110, basically every $5, 105, 100. I think that we could definitely see 100 again. This is just a massive move right here that's probably going to end up coming back down, so definitely keep an eye on that. Microsoft is another one. It is right in this head and shoulders. You get the left, the head, the right shoulder, big right shoulder, butt. And you could also say that within the right shoulder is another head and shoulders, like the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. I mean, we get a head and shoulders within a head and shoulders. So, and it's right at that near the bottom of the channel at 400. So if it gets underneath, we'll say 405, I'd watch it to see what it does at 400. If it gets under 400, look out, because Microsoft could end up dropping quite a bit once it gets underneath 400, because we've seen the same setup on, I don't remember what it was. It might have been BA. I think it was BA on the weekly years ago. I'll look back. BA had that years ago. Let's see, time frame. We'll go back 10 years. Yeah, right up here. See, this is exactly what is happening with this. Was due to the crash, though. One of the plane crashes a few years ago. But yeah, head and shoulders, Microsoft looks the same way. That, so go back to the Microsoft looking almost identical to BA, so we could end up seeing quite a significant drop on Microsoft. But then again, it may not happen right now. We could end up just sitting at above 400 for another couple months. So we'll have to see what happens. Netflix just keeps going and going and going, and the RSI is 75 on the daily. RSI is almost 80 on the weekly, 80 on the hourly. I mean, it's going to let some air out at some point. So I would watch it underneath 1050. We'll just round it down to 1050 for push down to 1040. Every $10, 1030, 1020, 1010, 1000. 1000 is going to be a big number to break on that. So Netflix looking for some air to come out. Last one is Disney. Disney, it dropped down to this 108 area, 107 area is where it gapped up from earnings, and it bounced right here, came back up, basically made a lower high right here. I mean, I know that this went up to close to it, but I'm talking without the wick. It's got a lower high right here, so kind of inverted cup handle, and the neckline is right around this 107 area. So if it does end up breaking 107, looking for a gap fill to 103. So got some things to watch, some pretty good setups, but these setups could take days, could take weeks to actually come together. So with that said, that's going to do it for the watch list, and thanks for watching.